think it is safe to say we all love to see a sunset or a sunrise, a scene of the trees changing colors in the fall, the picture of a lake or a river with its surrounding land, a starry sky at night. The beauty that surrounds us every day, these stunning shots are a gift from God for our enjoyment. We're also instructed to care for the beauty around us. Beginning at the Garden of Eden, God instructed Adam and Eve to care for the garden. We are also called to govern the area that we are living in. At the Climate Witness Project, we call this creation care.
Often, there is a disconnect between faith and climate science. The Climate Witness Project passionately seeks to bring these two together under the theme of creation care. This is exciting.
Our world is experiencing global climatic changes. It's a difficult and an emotionally heavy thing to think about, and we don't want to believe it's true. It's a moral, ethical, and religious issue. We contemplate and lament the devastation we see happening, and we can take positive action.
The Climate Witness Project was organized as an opportunity for faith communities to be intentional about what we live out as our calling to care for the world God has made.
The Climate Witness Project breaks it down under 4 pillars. These 4 pillars are advocacy, education, environmental stewardship, and worship. Under each of these pillars, there are intentional practices that the church can do to witness their love of God, His people, and the world we live in. Under the pillar of worship, we ask, how can we incorporate creation care into our worship? We can do this by praising God for the harvest, preaching about the world, using examples of God's goodness, but also humanity's way of abusing what God has made. We have liturgies that make us aware of life forms, balanced ecosystems, healthy land use practices, and we bring our requests to God through prayers and petitions. We expose issues such as floods and forest fires, and we use outside worship services.
Under the pillar of environmental stewardship, we ask, how can our church buildings and our homes be more energy efficient? We can do energy audits. We can change our electrical fixtures and appliances to be more energy efficient. We use recycling bins. We clean up litter. We plant trees and put our heating and cooling systems on timers. We can install solar panels on our roofs and sponsor solar farms and wind farms. Under the pillar of advocacy, we ask, how do we speak up for creation care? Our political leaders need to know that faith groups are concerned about how we care for God's world. We make them aware of our concerns by letter writing, marches, and protests. Our actions speak louder than words. And finally, under the pillar of education, we feel it is important that churches keep up with the changing state of the world, how climate change affects the vulnerable, and what we should do to live as responsible stewards of our resources. We educate ourselves and others through attending climate science seminars, building a library of resources to share up-to-date research, and by starting community gardens in partnership with GEMS and cadets groups.
If your church is already implementing actions of creation care, if you at home are already doing these things, thank you. If you would be interested in knowing more about partnering with the Climate Witness Project, please go to the website. Sign up to be a partner. On the Climate Witness Project website, you can find actions and ideas under each of the 4 pillars all ready for your church to use.